Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Invisible Tarot. My name is Keisha, and I am doing a reading for the Earth signs. I'm going to go ahead and do a Celtic cross spread for you guys. I'm using Rider-Waite. And I'm also going to be, let me go ahead and shuffle a little bit more. I'm also going to be using some oracle cards. All right. So this is a reading for Earth signs. All right. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right. I pray everyone is doing well. I've already cleansed the space. Already called in my guys to assist. When I figure out this camera thing, it'll be a little bit better, but for now, this is what we got going on. All right, 3 more times. I'm gonna pull from the top, and we're gonna lay out the Celtic cross. 1 more time. I feel like I need to shuffle a little bit more. 2, 3, 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, and 1 more time. 4. First one that you guys got. Move it over a little bit. All right, so let's take a look at what you all have here. Let's see what you all have here. These cards over so you guys can see a little bit better. This is my first video, y'all, so I'm gonna get it together with the camera for real. I will. Sorry about this. All right, that should be a little bit better. All right, hold on. Let me lock this thing down. There we go. So let's take a look. So one of the things that I noticed right off the bat is that we have every card, or not every card, but every element is present here, right? So we have wands, got that 7 and the ace. We have swords, the knight and the ace, 2 aces. It's really good. We have cups, the page, the 6, the 10, and we have pentacles, the 7 and the 7, the 4, and the 9. All right. So what is this saying here? You know, this first card that we pulled out, this right here, this Knight of Swords, this could be you, right? This could be you, and you know, that actually could be you. It could be the energy that you're in. And when we're talking about the Knight of Swords, you know, this is like charging forward, you know, very aggressive, like, you know what I mean? Like, you ready, you know, like action, maybe some conflict, something is going on, like you charging forward. It's like, man, like what is really going on? And so it could be that you're charging forward for, you know, this Six of Cups. This being in a position of your challenge, though, it could mean that, you know, this kind of state of being, giving and receiving, you know, warmness, could be a challenge for you. You know, it could be, or you could be running to this, like running back home. You know, you could be fighting for this, you know, harmony and such. You know, your expectations are very high. Good expectations, you know what I mean? Like your mind is like sharp, you know, you have a new idea or something of some sort. And, you know, there could even be some tears that are falling. Like, whatever the situation is, this could be, you know, that you have really said, you know what? I am going to go ahead, take matters into my own hand, and I'm gonna go get what I want. You know, you're stepping forward like, yo, I'm defending this. You know what I mean? I'm defending this thing that I want. In the past, you know, kind of working, looking at what you've been working at. You know what I'm saying? Working hard, putting in work, but the work is not over yet. You know what I mean? Like, that could be for sure. And then, like, underneath it all, you know, this could be like a message, or it could be a person. It could be your child, right? You know, it could be a super kind of soft spot. You know, it could be that, you know, someone owes you an apology, or you know, you're trying to resolve some type of issue. You know, underneath it all, you know, it could be that you're like trying to resolve an issue. There's a soft spot, or that there's a child that's involved here. You know, underneath it all, and then like, you know, you being in this sort of this Nine of Pentacles. This could be like this could be like your aspirations. This could be, you know, like what you're going for, right? The really good thing is that on the outside, this is what it looks like. It's like all is well, or that, you know, you're like headed towards, like you're working for that ultimate, right? Family, comfort, love, that sort of thing, things coming together full circle, you know, a completion of sorts. That could be, you know, what you're working for, you know, hopes and fears, dreams, that sort of thing. I mean, this could be that your money is on your mind. You know, you could be holding it tight, you could be hoarding money, you could be, you know, in a position just where like you have some newfound prosperity, and you're really like holding on to it, or standing firm on it, holding it tight. It could also be about, you know, stability. Like what I really see is just you kind of being enveloped in it, though. Like it almost is like engulfing you. It is kind of like you're lost. You're lost in there. Like almost like you fell down a portal, and you're like, look, I'm holding on. What I'm holding on to is my coins. You know what I mean? Ultimately, though, it looks like, you know, this action that you got going on, it's going to be fire. Like whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that, you know, you're working on, it's gonna be fire. So whatever it is, I'm like, yo, you know, this, you know, I just get a feeling like this may not be the energy that you have, that you need to be in, like right now. You could, you know, kind of calm down a little bit. You know, you don't have to go back to working so hard. You don't have to go back to this. You know, you just move forward, stand your ground, and, you know, you got it. Like what you're working towards, like it's it's there, like it's in your realm of reality. Like you don't have to go in so heavy and deep for it. You know what I mean? So I'm using the Isis Oracle deck, and I'm gonna pull an oracle card for you. And I'm also going to pull 4 of my own oracle cards for you all, the collective earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, all right? Also, too, I will say that I noticed that, you got like hella pentacles here, right? It's hella pentacles, a lot of, three pentacle cards, three cups, right? The ace of swords, the ace of wands, like two swords, 2 wands in this. So I'm like, yo, you, to me, it feels very grounded, very sure of oneself, very balanced in your energies. I think it's a beautiful spread. So let's move this out the way, because we're not going to make these too long, okay? So let's do 2, 3, there's 1 more, 4, and I really do want to pull off the top. I really do, but I'm looking for one to kind of, okay, wow. There's a whole bunch that jumped out, but this one flipped over, so I feel like I should take it. And this is Serpent of Fire, Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. This was quite a lot that came out, so I won't take those, but I will take this one because it was really like, it like jumped out and then kind of went back in, okay? Or I could shuffle again and see if it jumps out again, but there are no coincidences, so I'm like, you know what? Listen, let's do this one. Now, before I read what the Oracle says about this card, just intuitively, what I pick up from this is that there's some sort of kind of reflection going on here. Something is being illuminated. I see you standing, kind of like you have made a decision and you are moving forward, very clear, decisive, withholding also too, not sharing a whole lot. Almost like eyes in the back of your head also too, not sure where that's coming from, but it's almost like you are bringing with you things from the past, perhaps things from the past you're bringing with you, like not like as burdens or like as regrets, but more so like as a remembering, as you are moving forward, bringing those things with you. Perhaps that's why this was kind of like the challenge card. You're bringing those things with you, and I could see how that could be like why this might be, forget what position this was in exactly, but I could see why this might be like this is kind of like where things are going, like, okay, this is how things used to be, but this is what I ultimately desire. Like, it was great, the past, it was wonderful, and there were fond memories, and some of those fond memories weren't so good, but still there is a sense of like wanting completion, wanting family still. Like maybe your upbringing wasn't very as nurturing or as supportive as you would have liked, but it could be that now there are children or a child they're coming, or either there, and you're like, you know what, my past wasn't all that, but you know what, I'm gonna do my best. Like, to me, it speaks of really wanting to go towards that ideal life, right? Ideal life, and really being in that, taking on and embodying that energy of this 9 of Pentacles. For me, when I see this 9 of Pentacles, to me, this is a queen. This is a queen, right? Some of the challenges could be, though, the roots, your past, your background, your upbringing, but there is an abundance of really, really, juicy things like awaiting you. And you know that, right? You know it. You know it. So let's see what the oracle says about this serpent of fire, priestess of the serpent child. Sisterhood. See, child is coming up against sisterhood. Let's see what the Isis oracle says about that. All right. Let's see. All right, serpent of fire, 152, page 152. Let's take a look. All right, priestess of the serpent sisterhood. Isis, priestess of the serpent sisterhood and queen of the serpent of fire, guides you through transformation now as your energy field grows stronger and old energies are burned away in the process of your growth. Trust that you are growing and are much more capable than you have been previously. Do not assess your current ability based on past standards, as they no longer apply to you. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have ever been. You need to learn afresh of what you are capable of, and Isis is here to help you now. You're more than capable. The serpent head piece of Isis represents the inner fire serpent of Kundalini as it rises in accordance with spiritual growth and empowerment. This happens when the time is right and we are ready. It is important to realize that your inner energy and power is growing now, and you will need to get used to new levels of strength. This means you will need to adjust your strength of your sense of your own abilities to meet your new levels of energetic empowerment. You will need to realize you are capable of more than you previously were, and also you may need to temper your behavior to take into account the greater power and effect of your words, thoughts, and actions. Words, thoughts, and actions. Words, thoughts, and actions. Okay? When you grow stronger, your words, thoughts, and actions and intentions gather potency more so than before. Your responsibility for what you put out in the world grows too. In the same way as a drop of water causes less movement than a tsunami, your emotions and words will have a bigger effect because the energy behind them, your serpent of fire, is awakening. Isis can help you manage this process so that you put out into the world what comes from a place of wisdom and love, service and compassion, healing and awareness. One of the first lessons of this card offers you is the recognition of your power. All right? It is perilous to underestimate your spiritual power, as you can unintentionally create harm by not realizing that your actions and words have an effect on the world around you. So it's saying be careful of this, all right? The effect of those actions and words come back to you multiplied as karmic return. So when you're charging forward, you got to think about it. Like what you're putting out is what you're getting back, okay? What you're putting out is what you're getting back. Also, too, there, this might caution you to not hold on to things so tightly, because then that makes it just kind of like having a closed fist, versus an open hand where you can receive. It's easier to receive with an open hand, right? Serpent of fire calls you to become aware of your power by having an open and curious awareness and noticing with detachment and clear perception the signs of confirmation that you do have an effect upon your surroundings. You can then manage your power with great wisdom. If you have pulled this oracle, it's talking about another card, but let's move on. This is also about trusting in the process of that inner fire and what is being burned away. Just as the serpent sheds a skin to reveal itself anew, there are changes happening inside of you and some old identities, habits, or patterns and beliefs that will not survive the growth into the new version of you. All right? Whilst you will likely be happy to let these things go, there can be uncertainty and a sense of not knowing who you are anymore as you transition between the old and new expressions of yourself. This is a sign that you are growing in a profound way. And rather than something to be avoided, it can be embraced as confirmation of this growth. All right. Lady Isis, priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood, understands that in the growth of spiritual power, old forms are burned away to allow for new life to emerge. It is safe to trust that any endings or discomfort, as the familiar begins to make way for the unfamiliar in your life, now are signs of your growth and are to be celebrated. Are to be celebrated. All right. Now, let's take a look and see what we have from my oracle. I'm going to do 4 cards, 4 foundation, 4 earth signs to round out this reading. 4 cards. I'm going to go ahead. And this can be like messages. It could be reminders. Just, take what resonates and don't worry about the rest. All right. It's maybe for someone else or for another time. All right. 4 cards. Let's do, let's do 3 more shuffles. Oops. 1. And I see that was trying to come out. Okay. Let's see. All right. 1. Let's do 2, and whoops, and oh my gosh, 3. All right, let's see. How the cards trying to behave today? Are they trying to behave today? Let's see. 4 cards, 4 earth signs. Thank you. Also, for whoever is viewing this, this is the very first video for Invisible Tarot. And for now, I'll just be doing collective readings. Whoop. All right, collective readings. All right, so this isn't fair, but what is? So maybe, there's something that you feel, obviously isn't fair. And it could, this kind of speaks to like things are not as, serious. It ain't as serious. They probably ain't as serious, as you think, You could be like, you know what? I'm about to do something. It may not be, as serious as you think. It may not be that, It may not be as serious as you think. Right? Okay, let's see. 3 more. Let's see. Whoop. All right. It says stop. So I'm going to take that as a sign for this reading. And also, I'll go ahead and just leave the reading there because I wish to remain obedient to spirit. So whatever it is that you're charging at, it's in the past, right? It could be some regrets. It could be, some looking back at all the work that was put in on something. But I would say turn around, turn that horse around, head in the opposite, the other direction, and stand in your rightful place. I pray that this reading was good for you all, If you can, leave a message. Let me know if this resonates with you. And until next time, peace and love.